So guys, recently I saw the rainbow and I began to recollect the promise that God had with the earth on the rainbow, and it was a beautiful promise that God had with Noah. He says in Genesis chapter 9, if we read from 11, it says, I establish my covenant with you. Never again will all life be cut off by the waters of a flood. Never again will there be a flood to destroy the earth, And God said, this is a sign of the covenant I am making between me and you. He said, this is a sign of a covenant that God is making between man and him. Of course, through Noah that time. But the reason he was using the rainbow that time is because there was no scribbling. People could not read. There was no reading and writing, and so there was no way to document it for people to be able to see. So it was a word of mouth that God gave to Noah. But then the sign of the rainbow had to appear in the sky to always remind us that, God had a promise for us. But in 12 he said, and God said, this is the sign of the covenant I am making between me and you and every living creature. Can you imagine? Every living creature with you. A covenant for all generations. For all generations. It means that even us and generations to come, this covenant of the rainbow is still going to stand. And so the rainbow is something powerful. It's something that signifies a big deal. A covenant is something that cannot be broken. When you make a covenant with somebody, it's something that doesn't have to be broken. And so this rainbow thing, rainbow talk, people should remember that it was the very covenant God gave to man as a promise. And so every time we look at it, because it says, and to all generations, every time we look at the rainbow, we should be able to know that it is a covenant that God made between us. And he said in 9:13 says, I have set my rainbow in the clouds, and it will be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. Sign of the covenant between him and the earth. Ladies and gentlemen, the rainbow colors is a beautiful thing. And the rainbow is something that is of God, and therefore, knowing that God is light, it signifies light, We know that light comes as a result of a combination of 7 colors. And the 7 colors are actually the very rainbow colors. Isaac Newton says that the sun shines as in a combination of 7 colors, which he called a spectrum of colors. But these very colors are the rainbow. So the rainbow signifies light, which is God himself. And so when he puts light to signify the promise that he had given to his people, guys, wake up. Nobody owns the rainbow, but it is a promise between God and his people. Until next time, catch you. Bye.